What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Come on in here. Come on up in here. Oh, we got to talk about this for all of 4 minutes. However long this video is for with Umar. The Oompa Loompa. Y'all, he showed up at the Breakfast Club. I can't believe it. He finally got in at the Breakfast Club. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. Hit that like button. We're not going to be too long because I'm sleepy. How y'all doing? What's going on, Melinda? We back at it. Juju up in here. I know, right? Hi again. Y'all hit that like button for me, please, and hit the 4 when you do it. Well, we got a few things to go over. Umar, you still out here lying about this damn opening date for a school. Just lying like hell. So here's what I'm gonna do. Because this so-called breakfast interview is long. You know, they just basically kissed his ass for however long they decide to. And on top of that, the Breakfast Club are a bunch of punks. So they don't like people, like if you look at the video, I can't use it rather. They'll hit you with a copyright because of a stupid ass logo. So what we're gonna have to do is show his photo and then do the audio. And I'm only gonna listen to the clip about the opening. And I just want you all to be able to hear how bad he lies, like he breathes. When in hell, cinnamon swirls. Can't make this up. What's going on, Susie? How you doing? Y'all come on in here and hit that like button. I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you were able to tune in earlier, we had a fantastic interview with Joshua Carr. Despite my technical issues, camera went out, then it just started freezing. It was so annoying. But he held it down, you all. He kept people entertained, and he was answering questions and all those good things. So he held it down like a champion until I was able to reboot. So I hope you guys enjoyed that discussion. Like I said, we definitely have more people that are going to be joining us, doing more collabs. And I appreciate you guys' support. So if you haven't seen it, please catch the replay. I have to watch it as well because I've missed so much of what he said. I didn't want to miss a second of it. He did a fantastic series on Cadence, Karen, Condolence, Cadence. Fantastic 3-part series on her. And it was just chock full of goodies and documentation and facts and evidence. So make sure you guys go check that out as well on his channel, Joshua Carr. Now we got Oompa Loompa. Oh, Lord. He's still lying out here. What's wrong with him? What's going on, Susie? Lady Renee, how you doing, honey? Whoa, Kimo Sabe, a.k.a. the Big Pretender. Oh, yes. I'm the great pretender. Whoa, Kimo Sabe, shout out to you. Yes, it was good. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Cadence. Y'all, we got a new way to spell her name. She doesn't know the difference between the letter N and the number 9. Conundance. Girl. We're spelling it the way you probably would read and comprehend it. Oh, she's such an idiot. So is Umar. I don't even know why Umar and Candace Owens won't get together. She over there giving George black eyes. She might as well. Candace, just be careful. Umar does not bathe. At least he don't look like he do. We smell him through the laptop. Chabu. Umar, we're tired of you lying in our face. Okay? We're tired of you playing the line in our faces. Can't make this up. What's going on, Mauricio? How you doing? Miss Congo up in here. How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. Need you up in here. Good evening, LLC in chat. Hello, scamming ass Umar with your crackhead ass. Oh man. You know, great minds think alike. So funny how I was able to read that perfectly the way it was supposed to be read. I've said the same thing myself about his clown ass. Ah, correct is wick, Umar. Oh my good grief. All right, y'all ready? We gonna kick this off. Got a this video here is not that long. It's like this one is like a 3-minute clip about this so-called FDMG being opened up. We all know it's not gonna open. He hasn't even applied for a permit. He knows what do. He's just not gonna do it because then that's gonna end his grift, and then he's got to somehow manage to staff and get teachers on board. Because otherwise, it's not even a school, and it will be a waste of a child's, education because it will not be accredited. So it won't count for anything. So when the kids go back to regular school, realizing that this FDMG is nothing but bullshit and a scam, then it's gonna be like they picking up where they left off. Because none of that shit that he's offering, whatever they're learning there, will not be accredited. It will not count towards any high school diploma. And his dumb ass is literally saying, we don't have to be accredited to operate. Yeah, but it needs to be accredited to count for something. Once again, the parents that allow their kids to go to those bandos should lose custody because they're idiots. If your child's education does not count at all, you understand you're putting them behind the learning curve. And if they already have issues with learning, why do that? At the very least, put them in a school that's accredited so that when they graduate, their diploma will mean something. You're going to put a kid through 12 years of education and then they get to the end and then realize, oh, crap. You can't even go to college. It's like the last 10 years of education didn't even happen. Because you effed around with FDMG and found out. Yeah, it's so stupid. Oh, Lord. So we're just going to get in this little one clip here. God. Because Umar is not smart enough to, figure out why accreditation is important. Still sitting empty. Exactly. It's just, you can't make this up. What's going on? Is it Jamar Berries? Did I say that right? He mentions the name of his former bank, not Dollar Bank. There he is, still catching it. This is what happens when you lie, girl. All right, y'all, let's get going on this. Y'all make sure you hit the like button as you come in. We're going to go ahead and just get this one out the way because it's painful. So y'all put a 4 in the chat if you can hear it because I can't pull it up. They like the copyright because the Breakfast Club sucks ass. All right, let's get to it. Can y'all hear? If not, hold on. Let me connect it. Hold on. Can y'all hear that? Y'all couldn't hear? Oh, he went on the Breakfast Club and lied like hell. Who's sending their kids to unaccredited schools? I know, right? Y'all couldn't hear the video? Okay. Oh, Lord. Mom, I'm tell you this right now. I'm not going to break my neck to sit here. Because I can't let it be shown. Let me see if this works. Y'all let me know if you can hear it.
On Frederick Douglass's birthday, we completed the renovations at FDMG, so we completely done. We just
so the school is done.
School is done.
Congratulations.
We're just trying to get an inspection now.
You know what I find interesting, Dr. Umar? People like to say you a scammer, right? And I say Dr. Umar has the school. The school is
I
there.
don't mind the allegations,
I've
but
seen
show
the renovations.
proof.
But the school is there. They can't.
Are you able to hear? Yes. Oh, goody. Oh, Lord. Wolves, I ain't doing that one. Y'all can y'all hear? Some of y'all say y'all can hear. Oh, you can hear now? Okay, cool. All right, cool. What's going on, Wolves? How you doing? Is it Casino? What's going on? Okay, y'all can hear it now. All right, let me go back. This is just the 3-minute portion about him talking about FDMG. I could care less about a Sukiyana or anything else going on in this dumbass interview.
On Frederick Douglass's birthday, we completed the renovations at FDMG, so we completely done. We just
the school is done.
School is done.
Congratulations.
We're just trying to get an inspection.
No evidence on this at all. Where's his evidence that the school is done? Because we looked at the city of Wilmington's website. There are no applications pending for any permit. So what the hell is done? What does that mean? He went there and scared all the roaches out? He didn't even go in the building last time for no more than 2-3 minutes. So he can go howl at a couch talking about this is going to be the parents' lounge. What the hell is wrong with him?
Inspection now.
You know what I find interesting, Dr. Umar? People like to say you a scammer, right? And I say Dr. Umar has the school. The school is
I
there.
don't mind.
He does not have the school, Charlemagne, you moron. He has 2 bandos that's not even in his name. I have the deeds. Lennon Honor has a deed. He does not have a school. And why didn't you ask his old crusty ass about a website for the school? Yeah, Charlemagne will not be sending his kids to FDMG, by the way. So he could care less. These cowards and simps are something else. You got these grown-ass men trying to kiss Umar's ass. For what? You know you will never send your kids to that FDMG bando. Charlemagne, you know that. I don't understand why people aren't hounding Charlemagne to say, okay, are you going to be sending your kids to FDMG? Would you send your son there? Because we expect to see your son out there lined up to go into that mold-infested building where it will not be accredited. So it'll be a waste of your time and the child's. And you can't holler you're broke, Charlemagne. So guess what? Umar's going to expect you to pay $500 or $1,000 or whatever the hell it is now. He will never send his kids to that damn school. Y'all, this is so crazy. But yet it's still, something is done. What's going on, Caleb? Lady Renee, what's happening? I hope I didn't miss you all. I'm trying not to miss you all. Oh, honey, I am the Lady Luck. I don't have my camera on. I am the Lady Luck. You can check out my other video. I did it earlier today. I was on camera and did an interview with Joshua Carr. I am the Lady Luck. I just chose to keep my camera on. I'm tired. Y'all, this is something else. Plus, if y'all can see my facial expressions right now. Y'all, this interview is so hard because he lies like hell and they buy it. Hook, line, and sinker.
The allegations,
I've
but
seen
show
the renovations. But the school is there. They can't say you didn't use the money
for 7
to
years.
buy the
No,
building,
they're
renovate it, and all of that type of stuff. But I have heard people say he'll never get accreditation.
Well, here's the thing. You don't need accreditation to be an independent school. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're not getting the accreditation, you dumbass. And if you do not get accreditation, all of that teaching and learning and whatever else is going to be happening in these bandos with 2-way mirrors as windows. Yeah, whatever happens there will not count. This is the buffoonery of it all. This moron literally thinks, well, we don't have to get accreditation for an independent school. No, you don't. But guess what? If you don't get it, then none of it will count. And do you really think he'll be able to get quality teachers with no accreditation? Who the hell wants to teach at a school that does not even have accreditation. You already know he's going to be paying them with rocks and sticks. This is so crazy. Why do they keep platforming him?
Accreditation is a voluntary process. On a university level,
he didn't ask about that. Are you going to get FDMG accredited? The answer is no. So like I said, any parent that lets their kid go into that building should lose custody. They're incompetent that believe that their kids should be wasting 6 to 8 hours of the day inside of a school that's not accredited, where Umar takes more pride in creating a parent lounge than getting desk for a classroom. You know, because the guy that tried to give him brand new desk was ghosted. And the dude said, basically, all you got to do is reimburse 50% of gas and labor costs, and I will give you these desks for free. No, never mind that. He rather focuses his attention on a parent lounge. What the parents going to be up there all day? Shouldn't they be at work making money to give you $500 a month for no damn reason for an unaccredited school? You can't even take these so-called donations and go and apply for accreditation. Umar, you're an idiot. He's such an idiot. Now you all see why I had the idea to get his dissertation. You can't make this stuff up.
It's a little bit more mandatory. But for grade schools, your right to operate comes from the State Department of Education. So I can voluntarily go and get some white people and ask them what they think about my black school. But being Dr. Umar Ifatunde, I don't really care about the opinions of anybody outside of my community, so we won't be doing that. So if Charlamagne said, you know what, I don't want to send my child to FDMG because they're not accredited, then send them somewhere else. Because I know what we're about to do. We're about to change the whole.
Yeah, they are. Hopefully people will send them somewhere else. That's the point, you idiot. That is the point, Umar, you dumb Oompa Loompa. I know you listening. Sitting here looking like a whole lemon head. With 8 extra layers of sugar. That's the whole point. Parents should use wisdom and keep their kids in a school that is accredited. So, if you have any kids at all, you still can't explain how you're going to pay teachers and staff because no one is going to teach at an unaccredited school. They know that those kids' educations will not count for every day they spend up in that nasty ass building. It's absolutely absurd. And the city of Wilmington keep playing this game with him. They need to take the goddamn properties and child. When I say irritated, it's irritating to think that kids are going to be walking into these bandos. It's irritating. It irritates the hell out of me, just the idea that he is okay with these kids walking into 2 bandos, not even 2, one of them. He already told on himself about that. He never had any intentions on opening 2 schools, just one. And we went over the interview where he said that himself to Father Baba Yaga, Father Christmas, whatever the hell his name is. He already said that the only intentions he had was to open the smaller one and see how that go. He knows that it's not going to go anywhere. And it seems like a deterrent to say, I'm not going to get an accreditation because that's voluntary. So hopefully people who want to be good parents and care about their child's education will say, you know what, F it. I'm not sending my kids to this school then. It's cool. Don't get an accreditation. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. He's talking about this is a voluntary thing. We know that. That's not what he asked. This is so crazy.
Game.
You think the State Department of Education will ever agree to have this school?
Why not? I got all the credentials of any white person. In fact, I probably got more credentials.
What do you mean, why not? The Department of Education will not even acknowledge FDMG if it's not even accredited. No, they will ignore it and treat it like the spotless damn stain of society that it is. The degenerative stain of society. Taking up space in the city of Wilmington where that property can be used for a much better use as a parking lot than an actual building where he wants to put kids in it and call it a school. Why not just start a church? I mean, good grief.
Than any other white person, so why not?
Because you black. And
then you about to shake it up.
I mean, there may be some.
No, because he's an idiot and it will not be accredited, Charlamagne. Charlamagne, I hope you sending your son to FDMG because you keep darn kissing his ass. You keep kissing Umar's ass about this. You keep kissing his ass. So I hope you sending your son to his school.
Difficulties along the road, but the biggest thing that's going to alleviate a lot of that, we are not a government-funded charter school.
Gotcha.
We are an independent.
Yeah, no, they just expect a local government entity to give him a waiver on vacant property registration fees. You know, because that's what he was whining and complaining about in emails where the city couldn't even get in touch with him. He was expecting them to do the paperwork for him to get a waiver. So he wants a governmental waiver, but he wants to be able to say, they're not giving me money. No, they're giving you a waiver. In exchange for money, they're waiving the fees. You don't even want to do the documents to get a waiver. That's coming from public tax dollars. It's coming from a government entity. So why take the waiver? Just pay the fees, Umar. Because you're a lying, hypocritical piece of crap. But tell them, no thanks, I don't need the waiver. I'm going to pay the fees, because we black and reasons. So don't expect them to give you a waiver. Why expect that?
Tuition based. If you don't pay, they don't come. So remember, the school we have was a charter school. I used to be principal at a charter school. I used to be vice principal at a charter school. And there's so many hoops you got to jump through in order to keep that funding. It ain't really worth it to me. It's too much. It's too much. And so for me, I'm glad we went the way that we went. It's the first school in American history built exclusively by donations from African people from around the world. Every single continent, nearly every country donated to FDMG.
So what are you going to be opening the door?
Yeah, so he can't give a list of donors. Somehow he knows that it came from all over the world, though. How would you go about finding that information out, Umar? How would you know if someone sends you a cash app? How do you know it's coming from the continent of Africa versus the continent of North America? Because he does not know that Africa is a continent, not a country. How would one know that? How would you all know if someone sends you a cash app? How would you know if it came from like Australia or the United Kingdom versus someone in the US? What way can you tell the difference between this cash app donation or this PayPal donation coming from somebody in an entirely different country? How would you know? Because I didn't know that there was a way to even find that out. I've never heard of Cash App caring about whether or not you're physically located in a different country outside of the US if you use Cash App. You can't make this up. PayPal don't ask your race. They don't ask about, what's your ethnicity? Do you consider yourself to be a Shango African? To all my Cuban Africans, my Haitian Africans, my Shango stick Africans. Like they don't ask that. They care about the money being transferred and making sure that it's going to a legitimate account. They don't care about your ethnicity. Yeah, this idiot, this is how he talks. You robbed a bunch of Africans exclusively. Good job, Umar. Exactly. For this show. Umar doesn't care where the money comes from. As long as it's money, he ain't complaining. Exactly. The Shango stick Africans, y'all.
Doors where students can start.
Well, we got to get a certificate of occupancy. I can't answer that. You feel me? See, it's always something holding me. If we had it right now, I'm confident.
No, you're not going to just get it right now. It has to pass inspection, you dumb goon. Is he this stupid? Yes, he is. The answer is yes. Umar is an idiot.
We can start August, not this year because you only got a few months, but of 2027. You feel me? But the question becomes, here we go again. We're completely done. how long before you give us our paper so we can start planning for the children?
And
I can't answer that.
And with the children,
hold on? You supposed to have all this planned out already. You don't start planning for the kids after you get the certificate of occupancy. No, shouldn't you have that in place? Let's start with a website. You would think he would have a website up and running. He doesn't even have a website, and Charlemagne didn't even ask because Charlemagne is stupid.
And what are you thinking as far as, I guess, attendance? Is it going to be paid? Is it going to be
tuition?
Free? Tuition, so the kids have
they got to pay.
Tuition.
You don't pay, they don't come.
And everything. I got you.
And it's not going to be an issue for us because
it's a scam. Never mind the parent is actually struggling and they just think that this is the best option for their kids and all, even though it won't have any accreditation. But you're still going to make them pay or they won't be able to go. So how are you trying to help people in your community? So you mean to tell me that all the single mothers out here that you aiming towards, the ones that you sit here and continuously call them peach cobblers and banana puddings and cookies and cinnamon swirls and dumb desserts that you don't even eat, that's how you refer to these women, as desserts. And if they can't afford to send their kids to a private school that is accredited, why in the hell would you think they will pay you $500 for an unaccredited education? And God knows what that education might be. He might have these kids just playing around in the gym all day. FDMG is not a school. It's probably going to be a daycare camp. It's nothing more than a higher level camp that might be open all year, depending on how well it does. Because it won't be self-sustaining, that's for sure. You know how many times parents going to walk in and say, well, I don't have all the money. I'm a single parent with 4 kids here. So he's just going to kick these kids out of a school in the middle of a school year and say, well, if you can't afford to pay anymore, then you can't come. So now the parent is stuck trying to enroll their kid in another school because they couldn't afford the BS unaccredited school that Umar Johnson wants to open in the city of Wilmington. Because Wilmington is playing too many dumb games with him, and they should have already bulldozed those bandos and turned them into parking lots. So you'll be stuck at square one. Your child gets an unaccredited education for about 3-4 months. Once you realize I can't afford this tuition for 4 kids to go to this dumb school, it doesn't even count. $2,000 a month is like mortgage. If you got 4 kids, $500 a person, that's $2,000 a month. You might as well send them to private school. What the hell are we talking about? You just paying for it to go towards Umar. It's not because it's going towards a real education. These kids are going to be so mad at their parents.
Number one, my popularity, my expertise, but also the demand. Where we are.
Who's demanding for this to be open other than Marianne?
If you look at the statistics for Black children in Wilmington, if you go across the border and look at the educational statistics for Black children in Chester, right? Mm-hmm. If you go across the border to New Jersey and look at the statistics for Black children in Southern New Jersey or Northern Maryland, it ain't great. You follow me? So the parents in that area, they're looking for an alternative to the charter school system that's always expelling their kids, to the public.
But the charter school, public schools are both free, Umar, you dumbass. Charter school and public schools are free. Free. You're going to charge them $500 now for an unaccredited education, when the charter and public schools are free. There's a brand new school. Shout out to Jay Witt. There's a brand new school about 4 or 5 blocks up from those 2 bandos. Parents do have options. He's not a popular person. Umar's dissertation ensures that he is the idiot that he sounds just like in that dissertation. It sealed the deal on that. He's not a smart person. And this is the scam. This is the grift. Because then he'll say, well, there's not enough kids or there's not enough parents that can afford this tuition, so we couldn't get the school up and running. Hit the 4. That's what it's gonna come down to, people. It's gonna shift from it's all the city's fault and the white man this and the white man that to it's all the supporters' fault. Because we open the doors and now half these kids' parents can't afford to give me $500 a month. So I had to shut it down. Honestly, that whatever works. Because these kids shouldn't be up in there paying the price for that. So he's going to shut it down either way. The school's going to be shut down. It will be inevitable. Because the parents won't be able to afford that. Not the parents that he's reaching out to. Because prayerfully, anyone in their right frame of mind would never take their kids out of an accredited school and enroll them in FDMG because it's some nonsense by Umar when he barely went into the bandos himself. And we've seen all that nasty ass black mold going on inside and outside those buildings. He's only going to open the smaller building, but he wants people to give him money as if he's opening both of the buildings. Umar, don't make me play the actual interview where you said that. Those words came out of your mouth. You can't make this up. This is crazy. Any parent that takes these kids to those bandos, they need to lose custody. Umar is a deadbeat either way. It don't matter to him. He don't care. He could care less about anybody else's kids when he didn't care about his own.
Public school system, who ain't teaching their kids, to the Catholic school system, who are always looking for a reason not to allow their children in. And we're going to be just that.
Oh my God, you can't make this up. Oh, that was painful. All right. So that's the end of that video. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Oh my God.
We're not going to.
Let me make sure this is showing. That was just painful. You take your kids to those bandos. You deserve to get whatever you deserve as the parent. It will not be the child's fault. They can't help who their dumbass parents are. And it's not fair to the child that they have to worry about going to a school where you can't even see on the inside of the school. The windows are two-way mirrors. You can't even see on the inside of the building. So you have no idea what's going on inside that school. And you send your kids there, you deserve whatever consequence comes your way. Preferably it's through CPS or defects. Can't make this up. Oh, Lord. But he knows that he can continue to fool his cult base, these Umar Tardians, these weird-ass women, you know, because they're the ones that's sitting here being, you know, fascinated by his ass, lying to them, talking about black queens forever, snow bunnies never, when he does not care. He doesn't care. And he's taking advantage of anybody he can. He's still a piece of crap. I always say that, and I always will. Umar can kiss my ass. This dumb scam, con, grift that he's been doing for over 14 years, that building would not open. And if he really took this stuff seriously, he would have taken the advice of Jamar. He would have taken the advice of anyone else. He would have made sure he responded to emails and calls about contractors trying to help him get the building up and running. Contractors trying to deliver brand new desks to the classroom. Who turns away desk if you really trying to open a school? Why would you go somebody that's trying to give you free desk? Why would you do that? Even if they were a little bit used, it's still something you don't have to buy. You don't have the money to buy all the desks to go in every single classroom. So take the free desk. You can sterilize them, hose them down, wash them off, wipe them down, get them ready for first day of school. Better than nothing. But we don't even see the full inside of these bandos. We have no idea what's happening from classroom to classroom. And he's only opening the smaller building. And that building is not ready to be open to any kids at all. So his rationale is, I want to get the certificate of occupancy. Then I'm going to hash out how this is going to go with no support staff, no board of directors, no principals, no teachers, no nothing. He's going to figure all this out by himself because no one is going to teach at an unaccredited school. You don't have an accreditation? No teachers will be teaching there. That is worthwhile. So he'll probably go and get some 25-year-olds to come in, talk about some math and read a book. That'll be the highlight of the kids' day. That and gym, because we still have no idea how he's going to serve them breakfast or lunch. What's the transportation going to be like? This idiot does not have a website. And Charlemagne is too dumb to ask simple questions like that. Where's the website for the school? Y'all, this is crazy. Shout out to you all. Make sure you guys hit that like button as you come in. We just got through watching just a 3-minute clip of Umar's, well, not watching, but listening to it. Umar's interview he did on the Breakfast Club recently. I thought it was postponed based on his Instagram, but whatever. I only played the clip that he talks about the FDMG. The rest of the interview, I don't give two craps about. He goes on and on about nonsense and buffoonery. And they just entertain his crap as if they owe him something. So, a bunch of cowards at Breakfast Club couldn't ask him about a website. I don't expect them to be smart enough to ask about anything else that's of value. So, that interview was a waste of time. The end. That's my assessment. Y'all, we have this here. This is from, who sent me this? Y'all, Ginger Spice. Shout out to Ginger Spice uploading this YouTube short. Oh, Marianne with boot on the ground. Where y'all get these AI images from? This is something else.
We're not going to do this on these YouTube streets. I'm out here with boot on the ground. Woo!
It's E for Tune Day.
Oh, dear Lord. Marianne, this is what happens when you fail to use the letter S. Oh, goodness. Well done, Ginger Spice. Well done. Yeah, man, all these daggone AI programs I've tried to use, I always ask for credits or something. They do want you to pay. The hell? I can't come across free stuff like this. Oh, that's too funny. Too funny. Oh, that boot on the ground is something dangerous, ain't it? What's the doll wearing a diaper? I could have sworn I saw a diaper. Oh, man. I could have sworn I saw a diaper or a pull-up. Oh, Lord. Hold on, let me go back.
We're not going to do this on these YouTube streets.
Where the pants at? Y'all, yeah, it was.
I'm out here with boot on the ground. Woo!
Y'all, look, it's wearing a diaper.
E for Tune Day.
Yeah, the Muppet was wearing a diaper. Oh, child. I knew Marianne was up there, but I didn't know she was unable to control that bladder. Marianne the Muppet. Oh, you cabbage fashion doll. All right, y'all, this is Kogo. It was a dress, not a diaper. Are you serious? Y'all, that look like a diaper. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, that's too funny. This is Kogo, you all. This is our Prince Ifatunde episode 2, Frozen Tuesday. We got to get into this. Oh, this is funny, y'all. Listen, we need to laugh. Sometimes you just got to laugh at the buffoonery. Umar, you just a clown. Boy.
Open in the school one day.
FDMG is coming. Umar Johnson bumming. Donations keep running. Donors keep on funding. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Yeah.
Pan-Africanism. Pan-Africanism. Prince Ifatunde, can we have a couple of dollars?
For some water ices and dollar hot dogs? Of course, my young African brothers and sisters. We just have to go to the bank, to the school bus.
The tire is flat.
and I don't know how to fix a flat tire.
Oh no!
Well, kids, I guess we will have to skip to the bank.
Okay!
Come on!
We're going to the bank, we're going to the bank. We're going to the bank, we're going
This way to my bank account. Oh no! My bank account is frozen!
What are you going to do?
What I always do, ask people for money. People, we need money for heaters to unfreeze our accounts. Family, we now have enough money to buy heaters to unfreeze my bank account.
But Princey, for Tunde, it's still frozen.
How about those water ices and hot dogs? All right, now, kids, just remember, as long as your parents run them donations, the school will open one day. Say it, kids.
Hit the PayPal!
It's E for Tunde.
Opening a school one day. FDMG is coming. Umar Johnson bumming. Donations keep running. Donors keep on funding. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming.
Yeah, he said, how about them frosties and the hot dogs? Oh, shout out to Coco. Coco got a new video. You did something new? Coco, you got a new video? Hold on. What you talking about, the one with, oh Lord, with Marianne? Yeah. Every time he says pancakes, I get so frustrated. Y'all, who knows? Is y'all said to check out a new one? Is this it? The one where she talked about this second fake check? Oh man. The one with the one where Marianne's talking about I'm challenging LLC. We played that one yesterday. Meet me outside. Oh, we can watch this one. It is funny. All right, let's go.
Good afternoon, Marianne's here. I want to come today and talk to my channel members. I want to thank each and every one of you that stood by my side during my YouTube tribulation. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for your understanding. I also want to publicly apologize for the choices that I made at a time when I should have fall back and do what was right. I exercised poor judgment. I sincerely apologize for that. I should have let my integrity kick in.
Y'all, it's the high pitched voice for me. Oh, this is too funny. Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, it's gonna sound even funnier.
Should have let my better judgment, my faith kicked in, but unfortunately, that's not what happened. I can't unwind Father Time's hand. I can't undo what's already been done, but I can reassure you, moving forward, what took place will never happen again. You guys have trusted me. You guys have tuned in and looked at me. You guys have been entertained by me. You guys have formed a bond with me. I had a connection with my channel member. When I made those t-shirts, it was mind-boggling. The response.
Mind-boggling. Y'all, Girl, if you don't stop trying to mimic me, you better. Marianne, why are you butchering this word? Yesterday we called her saying buffoonery. Mind-boggling? She said mind-boggling? She said mind-boggling without the L. My Lord. Fix it, Jesus.
And remember, when I made those t-shirts, it was mind-boggling the response that I got from each and every one of you. And I am sincerely remorseful what took place. That check that circulated on YouTube, I should have stepped in and did the right thing at the time when I had the opportunity to. I didn't. This is the check that should have circulated on YouTube. But unfortunately, that isn't the check that circulated on YouTube. Now, as we move forward, we put this behind us. And thank you for those of you that stood by me throughout the
Hold on, let me show you all this. Because somebody left me a comment saying, Lady Luck, the actual transaction information will not be on the front. It'll only be on the back. All right, to that I say, booyah. Booyah. Today. How you like me now? So if you all see at the top, look at the top. You all can see here. And shout out to Mind Chaos Brew. Rim Rum. They caught this one. Mind Chaos caught a lot. Woo, y'all make sure y'all go check out her video. She did responding to this. It is fire. That girl went in. Okay. I want y'all to know that. She went in. I came in from a comedic stance, but Mind Chaos Brew did not come to play. She slayed that woman. Oh, Mary, you had this comment, girl. Y'all see this check here? I'm gonna zoom in. Look at the top. What y'all see up there? Transaction information. This is an example of what a cashed and clear check from your bank looks like. So you can have transaction information on the front just to kind of confirm that it was cash. And then you have it, of course, you see the second part at the bottom. This is the back of the check. So you expect to see some sort of transaction ID number, date, timestamp. They got information about the bank that cashed the check if it's not the same one that's on the check here. So you all see this. This is what I was expecting to see on the front of her check. While we looking at a personal check, Marianne, if you got this from his attorney. Because your attorney's information, at the very least, the name and bar license number. And if they have a checking account with the law firm, guess what? That's public information. No one's trying to dox them on a personal note, but their professional credentials, no, that's public information. You can look up an attorney based on their bar license number online. And it's so crazy that she actually thinks we're this stupid. Marianne, my godmother is a retired federal judge. Do you understand me? One of them. You can't make this up. She plays in our face with these dumbass checks and fake mailers and advertisements and stuff. And yet forgets that the internet is undefeated. You can just pull up information on what a cashed and cleared check looks like. That's a Google search. You would think she would have at least tried this method first before she posted up a mailer. She could have just said, you know what, let me Google this so I can be accurate. Make it really hard to tell that I'm lying. I want y'all to see this because this was left as a comment. Thank you so much. S-Files, there you go. Y'all, that's my Chaos Brews YouTube channel link. Make sure you guys go check out and support her because she went in on that one. Child, you can watch hers and then watch mine for the comedic relief. Because I told Marianne I was going to go in on her yesterday. She's sitting out here going gangsta boo on everybody talking about, you know, you can take it outside. Meet me outside. Oh, okay. Girl, bye, Felicia. What's going on, Tanya? How you doing? Booker says she got her kid to write it out for her because that looked like a kid's handwriting. Exactly. I said the same thing yesterday. I said, man, this looks like some 9-10-year-old wrote this out. Now, she got one of her kids to can you just write out mommy's name? And then you have to write this amount. You got to do it in cursive. And then, you know, don't worry if you mess up. I'll just black it out and redact it. Most of this will be redacted either way. Even information that could be available to the public is redacted, like the routing number. Why is the date covered up? That's not secret information. But yet it's still no proof that it was cashed by a bank. a real bank? So she gives us a real bank name, but can't show us a real bank check. Yeah, okay. So I just want you all to see that. Marianne keeps lying like hell, and we're gonna keep calling her out on it because Marianne, we're tired of you playing in our face, and then you're gonna turn around, and you and all these other people out here hitting people with cease and desist letters. You understand? Defamation means someone's making a provable false statement. It's not the same thing as someone exercising freedom of speech and freedom of the press. It means you would have to prove that they're lying. And for a member of the press, you have to prove a whole nother level. I'm not even gonna go there because she has an attorney. I'm sure her attorneys can explain it to her. Marianne, don't let these other YouTubers that's been in this Umar sector for 1,000 years get you effed up because they're not an attorney themselves. When you can't explain case law, I'm not taking you seriously. And when you do try to represent yourself, Marianne, let's not forget a whole congresswoman had to have a restraining order granted against you. What do you think your credibility is going to look like in court? When are you going to play that voicemail you said that someone sent you? Since they're sitting here recording shit like you can't just come to my channel and watch my video. Marianne, I just want you to think about it. Think about how your credibility that's already shot to hell would look in a court of law while you think you proven defamation. Keep that in mind. Keep that energy up, girl. You tell me I'll meet you outside. I would love to meet you in a courthouse. Keep playing with me. Can't make this up.
This ordeal. There's content creator who took the liberty. They made their video. They were disrespectful, condescending, everything under the sun. But at that time, it was a time of confusion. It was a time we couldn't understand what was going on. I've came numerous times to explain the story. Those who chose to understand it, that's fine. And those who chose not to, that's fine as well. I can't control what people understand or what they comprehend. But I can say I apologize to all.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fact that you got 68,600 and you didn't put 0 over 100 for the cents. And then just everything's redacted. Certain stuff doesn't even have to be. And of course, there's no proof that this was cash.
That I have disappointed. I apologize to all that have placed their trust in me. And when the time that arrived for me to do something that was right, I didn't. I went along. I should have fell back, which I didn't. But I take full responsibility for that. And I can be assured
this is crazy.
Moving forward, I will never allow anything like this to happen. But there's one channel that will not get a pass. There was one channel that he and his co-host in a third person were unbelievable. They dragged my deceased father in this. That's unacceptable, and that will not be tolerated. Channel member, my father was a man of integrity. My father was a kind, compassionate individual. I owed a lot to my parent who made me the individual that I am today. And to degrade my father's memory, no, that won't be tolerated. That won't be acceptable. My father came to America with $1 in his pocket. When he walked in the Bank of America to exchange that Haitian dollar to an American dollar, they gave him 20 cents. That was the value of the Haitian dollar at the time. He was in a foreign land, no family, no friend, in a foreign language. New York City is the financial heartbeat of the United States of America, one of the greatest countries in the world. My father, at the time of transition, living this world, going to his heavenly father, has attained 3 buildings in New York. And at the time of transition, there was no mortgage on any of the buildings. My father, at the time of transitioning from this world to his maker, had 2 private homes, and there was no mortgage on any of those homes. That's what you call building financial wealth for your offspring. My father was a kind, compassionate man. My father was the type, he would take a shirt off his back for an individual. You understand? My father sat with president. My father sat with congressmen. My father sat with many councilmen. My father is known in the Puerto Rican community for helping those with immigration issues. My father is known in the Haitian community in Brooklyn, New York, for helping those with immigration problems. My father was a man of faith. And for them to sit on their platform and degrade my father's memory, no, that will not be accepted. That will not be tolerated. Where I come from, that is lowball disrespectful, and that's a no-no. It upset me, and it was hurtful, and I can't wink at their ignorance. Now, out of the three of them, the third one, she made a public apology and she made a private apology. I put her on pause. But those two, no, you brought that energy. You talked about my father.
This is called gaslighting. It's the stapleton of narcissists, especially those with this cult-like mentality. Oh, if you say anything I don't like, I'm going to strike all your videos and send you a cease and desist that hinder your exercising of free speech. Not that you said anything that was factually false, just because they just didn't like it. You go to court and say, well, Your Honor, they called me a booger and a turtle. Your Honor, it's called an expression. I'm an independent journalist. I'm a comedian. I have fun. It's an expression. We know she's not a turtle, but she's a turtle. Point of expression. You think that the judge is going to want to sit there and listen to a bunch of whining? You're going to go and waste the court's time and tax dollars to air your grievances to which you still cannot prove someone factually lied. Because that's what you're insinuating when you're sending out a cease and desist letter. But they get to abuse copyright strikes and copyright laws, which are federal laws. But when we exercise fair use, they have a problem. When you've made your face known to the public, using an image of yourself that's released to the public, it's not an invasion of your privacy when you volunteered to go on that person's channel. So the question would come down, how do they explain this to a judge? Because like I said, don't let YouTubers who think they went to law school get you effed up. Marianne, when you going to play that voicemail? This woman that can't pay her rent. She sounds very interesting and intriguing. When you going to play it, girl? You know, if you don't want people putting your name in their mouth, then don't go out here and lie like hell. And then forget, people were out here reporting the information you put out. We watched that awakening video, that film. We agonized through it, because I did. It was god-awful. But because, you know, you're entitled to your opinion, they want to say now, because you're not saying what they want to hear, as opposed to them not watching your videos so they don't have to damn hear it. No, we're going to sit here and hit you with a privacy complaint and abuse federal laws to do it. Because, you know, they're not attorneys and they didn't go to law school. They have no idea what case law is and how that would even relate in a matter if they had to be sued and go to court. As to why you should not abuse copyright laws. But, you know, they're listening to this sector where all they do, let me just go out and just retaliate. Just have all these videos taken down. Like they get to dictate freedom of speech and expression. It was posted on the public platform, on social media. Playing right into the hands of Umar Johnson. Giving him a defense. By lying like hell and infiltrating everybody's YouTube channels with their bullshit. And when we call them out on it, because if we're going to take Umar down, you do it the right way. But when you call them out on it, now they want you to take all your content and videos down, hit you with a cease and desist, privacy complaints, and all of that. Because you're not saying what they want to hear. What I find comical is that none of these people went to law school. They wouldn't have no opportunity to actually present a viable legal argument to a judge as to how you broke the law exercising free speech expression, freedom of the press, and fair use. It's the stupidity of it all for me. I'm gonna send this to my godmother. Because I just find this to be quite comical at this point. Got all these wannabe YouTube attorneys out here doing dumb shit, and people falling for that. Doxing is a cybercrime. F with me if you want to. You don't have to worry about it, Umar being under FBI investigation. I will make sure you're under it if you sit here and dox me. Don't play that shit.
You understand? This is the energy you coward bring. The three of you are not half of human being that my father was. Do you understand? My father was a man of integrity, a man of faith. How dare you degrade my father's memory? How dare you? I'm going to tell you something. When you want to put my name in your mouth, when you want to talk about my father, coward behind avatar, coward. Say your name. Say your name. That same energy you have on YouTube, bring it outside. Bring it offline. Okay? You're a coward. You're a loser. What did I tell you, channel member? People that are hurt people try to hurt others. These people have nothing going in their life. Okay?
What makes you think that I don't have anything going in my life, Marianne? Where is that voicemail that you said someone gave you? Where is that at? Who told you no one has anything going in their lives? Who told you that? You get your happy ass on YouTube to do content. When we do it, we have nothing else going on in our lives. What does that say about you, you clown? You know, it's the hypocrisy for me from this malignant narcissist that think that she understands how laws work. The audacity to think that no one has anything going on in their lives because they choose to make content like you're doing. So why are you here, Marianne? Why are you on YouTube? That's my question. Why are you doing this? Wouldn't that indicate that you have nothing going on in your life? Hurt people or hurt other people? You just throwing out random attacks and shit. You're not making sense. And you're being hypocritical to what you're saying. So you're telling on yourself? I do this for fun. I enjoy this. I enjoy relaying information to people. I mean, it's social media. It's a public platform designed to help people socialize with each other. It's exactly what it's called. It does not mean you don't have anything going for yourself. You have some very intelligent people on YouTube. People with degrees, people with education, people who are just street smart, financially savvy, people who do know how to, read court documents and do it in a way where it's fun and exciting. People who actually research and investigate. People who are licensed and certified. It's social media. If you don't like it, Marianne, why are you here? No one's telling you that you don't have anything going for yourself and to go away. I'm not. I'm going to laugh at you as long as you choose to be out here. But I don't have a reason to dox you and record you saying you can't pay your mortgage either. I'm telling you, meeting you outside will be the thing that you wish I had done. Because me meeting you in a court of law will not work out for you well at all. That $68,600 you think you've gotten in your mind will come into my reality. Plus some.
They sit on YouTube to tear others down when there's nothing happening. Okay, during this ordeal, do you know how many information I got on some of them? There's a channel member, she went on and went in and went in, and they send me a voicemail of this lady who can't make her rent. Madam, you can't make her rent, but you have.
A madam is an old hoe. Who you calling madam? Marianne, who the hell you talking to? Who are you calling madam? Y'all. I mean, she calling me a madam? I'm still waiting on Candace to pay my rent, by the way. You can kiss my ass, girl.
Time to degrade others. How you could sit and make video on Umar and you can't even make your rent? Last time I checked, Candace Owens was a homeowner and you're degrading this woman. You have
I don't give a damn about her being a homeowner. She lies like hell, just like you are. Pathological liars don't get a pass. You think I care about her being a homeowner? So you think being a homeowner gives you a pass to lie? And she's doing it in the most disgusting way possible. She's attacking a widow who's left with a whole company and 2 small children. I thought you were an activist, Marianne. You know, it's those activists. It always seems like they just kind of, they're scamish in nature. Just get the whiff of scam coming from you. You claim to be an activist. It's like I guess you just kind of decide to be picky and hypocritical about that as well. So there's a widow that's being relentlessly attacked by Candace Owens, you know, the Wicked Witch of YouTube. And this woman has 2 small kids. And Candace does nothing but get on YouTube, make videos attacking this widow. Marianne, you good with that? Because there are plenty of scriptures in the Bible where, you know, God said to protect widows and not to attack them. But Candace is doing the opposite of that. You good with that, Marianne? You don't seem like you have a conscience of anything. So if it's well with your soul for Candace to attack a widow, which goes against the word of God when you claim to be a Christian, then I hope you sleep well. Sleep easy, but tread lightly when it comes to me.
a lot to say about me. Over here, I have
sure do.
not
You're a liar.
disrespect any content creator. I have not bothered anybody. Yes, during the check stuff, there was a lot of confusion. There was a lot of chaos.
Oh,
What
Lord.
did I say? I extend grace to all that did not extend grace to me. But that channel that degraded my father memory, no, they will not get a pass. They will not get a pass. I just want you to remember, you talk about my father. You talk about my father. That's unacceptable, and that will not be tolerated. Channel members, thank you for your support. Thank you for standing by my side throughout this ordeal. Moving forward, may nothing like this ever happen. I guarantee you, I will always stand on the side of integrity. And thank you for those of you who have faith in me.
Oh, look, everybody hitting you with some Bible scripture. Listen, Candace, I'm about to call you Candace. Marianne, you and Candace are just alike. You lie with ease, like it's breathing air. Proverbs 6:16. There are 6 things the Lord hates. Proverbs 6:17 through 19. A lying tongue, a heart that devises wicked schemes. I'm gonna take this out. A false witness who pours out lies. Look at God. Won't he do it? You got whole scriptures of the Bible being thrown your way. And let's not forget the scriptures about protecting widows. So I'm out here following the word of God and protecting a widow who's being relentlessly attacked by Candace Owens, and you're more concerned about her being a homeowner. Where's that damn video you said someone sent you? It was a voicemail, because I haven't talked to anybody. How's it a voicemail? No, send the video. Upload it, Marianne, and play it. If you're going to sit here and act like you huff and puff with your Afro puffs, yeah, she rough, tough stuff today. This Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, the mid 50-year-old version of it, is sitting here trying to be hardcore. Talk. You know, you talk about it. Let me see you outside, Plink. Put your dukes up. Oh, okay. And then I'm just going to serve your ass and keep living. You can't make this out. Now, I want to hear that voicemail. And the name of the person that sent it to you. Come on with it. I want to know how it's a voicemail. Unless they bug my phone, I haven't talked to none of your cohorts. You know that will be illegal, by the way, Marianne. See, I'm telling you right now, flat out. I'm not playing that bullshit. So if there's a voicemail with me saying anything, that means somebody recorded a call they were never privy to, because I don't talk to your people. Play that voicemail, heifer, and tell me exactly who gave it to you. Keep on this tough guy, persona you got going on. Keep that energy up, as you said. I want you to keep that energy up. Play the voicemail, Marianne.
Who have lifted me in prayer, who have reached out to me behind closed door, who have sent Bible verse to me. Thank you. I do not want you to think I took that lightly. You guys helped me through this journey. And let me tell you something. I'm the type of person, when I go through something, I learn from it. And I take from it to make me a better person. And I have grown from this experience. Thank you. Thank you
haven't
for
grown
each and
anything.
every one of you that supported me. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. May I continue to bring you educated content, entertaining content,
Your content
not buffoonery, but content that would uplift you, content that would edify you, content that we could.
Marianne, your content sucks donkey dick. I'm just waiting on this voicemail to be played. Cause you and the old biddies club are sitting out here wasting people's times. Y'all, these old women in their mid-50s, the Tig Old Biddies old women club, with nothing to do, sitting here sending each other voicemails. Girl, won't you share that voicemail with the rest of us? Why is that a hidden secret? Put it out there, Marianne. Come on.
Learn from, and may my space be a fun space and an enjoyable space. Once again, my sincere apologies for me not making the right choice, for me failing you with my poor choice. But I can reassure you, moving forward, this will never happen again. Thank you for your support. I don't take any one of you for granted. Thank you for standing by me and supporting me. And I'm glad we can move forward from this check fiasco. Marianne Warren.
Gross. Y'all, since my Chaos Brew is here, we're going to check out her video on this. We're going to have to check out her video on this. Oh, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Because she went in. Shout out to you, my Chaos Brew. Y'all make sure y'all go over here and check out her YouTube channel. And subscribe if you have not. My Chaos Brew always supports me over here in the LLC. And it's an absolute blessing. And I appreciate it. I really do. And we got to return the favor. This is how it should be in the YouTube community. Where you're supporting each other. What we don't support, Marianne, is liars. We don't have to support a damn liar. We're going to leave you to your own device if you sitting out here lying like hell on people.
Mark G. Peter.
I want to get to this part right here because, Marianne said something about we're talking, like tomahawk. Hawk talk. So we're hawk talking about her father, whom I've never ever mentioned. Marianne, you want to pay my rent? You got $68,000. Can't make this up. Play the damn video, woman. Let's get to this. Shout out to my Chaos Brew. She went in. And I am here for it. Because you said I talked about your dad. I never talked about your dad, Marianne. That's why you need to be careful on what the hell you say. Where's that voicemail again? And who sent it? Post that up.
Going to his Heavenly Father has obtained 3 buildings in New York. And at the time of transition, there was no mortgage on any of the buildings. My father, at the time of transitioning from this world to his maker, had 2 private homes. And there was no mortgage on any of those homes. That's what you call building financial wealth for your offspring.
Okay, so now you're talking about your dad. So you've introduced this into the conversation because I didn't know anything about your dad, to be quite frank. But because you brought up your dad, I had to go do some digging because I wanted to know, because I know my audience would now want to know because you brought this up in the conversation. So we're going to look through it on together. Y'all ready for it? You want to hear it? Go. Let me put my background music on.
Hold on, let me pull up this right quick. This is what she's looking at. From the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office. This is an indictment. Flatbush landlord indicted for manslaughter in connection with fatal fire that left 1 dead and 9 injured. And I'm going to drop the link in the chat because receipts. Marianne, you know we come with the receipts. We come with the receipts, girl. There you go. There's the link to that. Child. I know, right? I said child. So let's get back to it. I just want you all to see this isn't something people just making up, because who the hell would want to make something like this up? It involves a crime being committed, and manslaughter, meaning someone either was harmed or they lost their life. Marianne, I know you don't know the law, but someone lost their life. I can't see how you would even be approving of that. What makes your life greater than the man that lost his life? In the eyes of God, it's seen as the same, on equal footing. It's the narcissism for me.
My child, I forgot about the background music. That's how you know I'm in the story good, honey. That's when you know I'm deep in the Delta, honey. I don't give a damn about the background song, all right? So, District Attorney, Kings County, 350 J Street, Brooklyn, New York, the brooklynda.org, for immediate release. Thursday, July 28, 2016. Flatbush landlord indicted for manslaughter in connection with fatal fire that left 1 dead and 9 injured. The defendant illegally subdivided apartments, leading to unsafe conditions. Brooklyn District Attorney Ken Thompson, together with New York City Fire Commissioner Daniel A. Negro, New York City Buildings Commissioner Rick D. Chandler, and New York City Department of Investigations Commissioner Mark G. Peters, today announced that the owner of a Flatbush apartment building that was illegally subdivided has been indicted on manslaughter and other charges stemming from a fatal fire that left 1 tenant dead and 9 others, including 4 children, injured. District Attorney Thompson said this defendant was well aware of the danger of running an illegal SRO, but chose to ignore numerous violations and vacate orders issued over many years, resulting in this devastating fire that deleted a young man and injured many others. Commissioner Negro said, once again, we see the tragedy that unfolds when profit is put before safety. This fire claimed the life of 1 New Yorker, left 9 others with serious injuries, and put more than 100 FDNY members' lives in danger. I commend the great work of our fire marshals and every agency that worked together to bring this case forward and sought justice for the innocent life lost. Commissioner Chandler said this case shows how illegally divided apartments can cost lives. The building's owner's reckless disregard for both the law and his responsibility to protect his tenants cost the young man his life. The Department of Buildings is proud to work with District Attorney Thompson and our partnering agencies to provide critical technical expertise to hold accountable bad actors who put profit ahead of safety. Commissioner Peters said this charge case demonstrates the disastrous and tragic consequence of skirting the rules and disregarding building safety regulations. DOI reviewed the history of the property and case specifics, uncovering multiple violations issued by the Department of Buildings and false documentation the defendant is charged with using to cover up his neglect and unlawful behavior. We will continue to work with our law enforcement partners to expose those who endanger the lives of others for their own enrichment. The district attorney identified the defendant as Luckner Lorient, 78, of East Flatbush, Brooklyn. He was arraigned today.
Luckner Lorient is Marianne Lorient's father. Yeah. I was a daddy's girl. My father passed July 6, 2023 from prostate cancer. Made sure I had what I needed. He worked hard. He was an entrepreneur. And he did things the right way. He had high profile clients. Because Marianne thinks that, she's the only other person on earth. You never know who knows what and who. But one thing my dad never did was put anybody's life in danger or took someone's life through negligence or recklessness. And I would not ever support him or anyone that chooses to do that. If we're all equal in the eyes of God, Marianne, why is it that this man who lost his life because of negligence, the hands of your father, somehow supposed to be diminished? You're going to have a rude awakening on Judgment Day if that's what you think.
Day before Brooklyn Supreme Court Justice Guy J. Mango Jr. on a 14-count indictment in which he is charged with second-degree manslaughter, criminally negligent homicide, second-degree reckless endangerment, third-degree assault and endangering the welfare of a child. The defendant was ordered held on bail of $1 million cash or $2 million bond and ordered to return to court on August 10th, 2016. He faces up to 15 years in prison if convicted of the top count. The district attorney said that according to the indictment, Lorianne was the owner of 1434 Flatbush Avenue, a 3-story wood-framed building with a commercial space on the first floor, residential apartments on the second and third floors, and a cellar. The second and third floor apartments were designed to be one-family railroad apartments, but had allegedly been illegally converted by Lorianne into SROs, single-room occupancy, with 6 separate rooms on the second floor and 5 separate rooms on the first floor. A total of 23 tenants occupied those 11 rooms. On November 19th, 2014, at approximately 12:39 a.m., a fire enveloped 1434 Flatbush Avenue, according to the indictment. After a water cooler on the second floor ignited as a result of being connected to an overloaded electrical circuit. The fire spread quickly to the floor, walls, and ceilings of a living room and simultaneously spread through the second floor hallway and up the stairs to the third floor. 20 of the 23 tenants were home at the time, most of them sleeping. The tenants on the second floor escaped on their own or with the assistance of firefighters. The tenants on the third floor were either trapped or overcome by smoke and lost consciousness. Firefighters rescued 6 unconscious tenants from rooms and hallways on the third floor. Many of the tenants suffered moderate or severe smoke inhalation, and 3 were seriously burned. A 24-year-old man, Jeff Frederick, died of smoke inhalation. I wonder if Jeff would think that your father was a good man, leaving generational wealth and legacy wealth by defrauding the city of New York building inspectors and costing these people their health and their lives. Lorianne, who was the pastor of a church located on the ground floor, is alleged to have recklessly disregarded safety issues despite numerous violations and vacate orders variously issued by the New York City Department of Buildings, Department of Housing Preservation and Development, and the New York City Fire Department dating back more than 10 years. More than a decade. Your father knew what he was doing was wrong. But him knowing what he was doing that was wrong left you legacy wealth. So your father's really a great guy. He's awesome. Awesome sauce. Best dude we ever seen in life, right? According to you, right?
What? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
It is alleged that Lorianne filed false documents asserting he was no longer operating the building as an illegal SRO, but after inspections confirming his assertions, he quickly converted the building back to the illegal SRO. Furthermore, it is alleged because of the conversion, there were power strips and multiple extension cords in every room and stretched into hallways, and electrical outages due to overloads were a common occurrence, which Lorianne knew because of the notices of violations he received from HPD. In fact, according to the investigation, nearly every room had a television and refrigerator, and many had air.
He knew. That means, Marianne, holding him accountable is essential to not only enforcing our laws, but ensuring the safety and protection of others. The fact that he knew and still had a complete disregard for it at the very least lets me know that he didn't care about obeying our laws either. You said he migrated here to the United States, greatest country on earth, where he completely disregarded our laws, and now where you are trying to attack freedom of speech and expression and freedom of the press, along with your cohorts. You know, because if you do one, then you end up just trickling on to do one person after another. I don't agree with any of that bullshit. Why come to a country if you're going to have a complete disregard of their laws and fail to follow them? Look what happens when you don't obey the laws. People are harmed. A life was lost because he ignored the warnings. He may have been a great man to you, but it doesn't mean that he always made the right decisions. This was a horrible decision. Not only am I going to disregard laws, I'm going to disregard laws that could keep people safe. Now, where in this are we lying, Marianne? Because that's defamation, provable false statements. Where's the lie in this? You don't think this would be of public interest? This made the news already. It was already of great public interest. I understand you don't know what independent journalists do or the aspect of freedom of the press. But when it does become of great public concern, it can be reported and disseminated amongst the masses. And just because you don't understand the law does not mean that you get to abuse other laws to try to restrict free speech. It won't get you anywhere in the courts. This is what happened. This is the reality of your situation with your father. I didn't even know this. And yet you got someone sending you a voicemail about me and some rent and Candace Owens. Play it. Post that shit up. I'll wait.
Air conditioners, space heaters, microwaves, cell phone chargers, laptops, and hot plates, seriously compromising the electrical system. A tenant on the second floor had an electric water cooler. The overloaded system caused the wire in the water cooler to overheat and erupt. In addition, the building failed to offer 2 means of egress as required by law, and the single fire escape for the building was inoperable. The case, investigated by Fire Marshal John Orlando of the New York City Fire Department, Barry Roman, Chief of Investigations of the New York City Department of Investigation, Executive Engineer Yigal Shamash, Principal Engineer Marco Frias, and Electrical Engineer Mather Abbasi of the Department of Buildings, and Detective William Simon of the New York City Police Department Cold Case Squad. The district attorney thanked the New York City Fire Department, the New York City Department of Buildings, the New York City Department of Investigation, the New York City Police Department, and the New York City Department of Housing Preservation and Development for its thorough investigation in this case. The case is being prosecuted by Senior Assistant District Attorney Samantha Manani and Assistant District Attorney Xiao Shen of the District Attorney's Frauds Bureau under the supervision of Assistant District Attorney Felice Santupe, Bureau Chief, and the overall supervision of Executive Assistant District Attorney William E. Schaefer, Chief of the District Attorney's Investigation Division, and Assistant District Attorney Patricia McNeil, Deputy in Chief. Now, an indictment is merely an accusation and not a proof of a defendant's guilt. But I tell you what, where is it? We'll go here. Honey, he made the news. Y'all know how I feel about people that make the news. Let's listen to the news.
Crazy.
Landlord in Brooklyn under arrest tonight, charged with manslaughter for a deadly fire in his building.
Yeah, it's a building that also happens to house a church where he was the pastor. 1 person was killed and 9 others were hurt.
The pastor's building has illegally subdivided units. Here's Stacy Sager.
He was a well-liked pastor for decades in Flatbush, but today prosecutors from the Brooklyn DA's office described...
Marianne, where were you at when your father was in court? Why aren't you in this courtroom? Your father was charged. Shouldn't we see Marianne in the courtroom? I mean, I'm just saying. Shouldn't she be in there? Marianne, you didn't go to court with your dad.
78-year-old Luckner Lorian as more of a slumlord out to make a profit,
with his nose in the air.
Risked lives.
Is something wrong with him, or is he actually like doing this on purpose?
It was this defendant who told the actual tenants of record to rent out the rooms to other people, and that he would also find people and supply them in order that he could collect rent from the 2nd and 3rd floor.
And ultimately, it proved deadly here on Flatbush Avenue back in 2014. There was a devastating fire inside the building which housed his church. 1 man was killed and many others critically injured. There was faulty wiring, water leaks, at least 23 tenants on the building's 2nd floor, and no working fire escape on the 3rd.
Most of these people were elderly women and young women with young children.
But today, Lorian's defense team, in essence, blamed the tenants.
And he was taking them to...
You blamed the tenant? Oh, man. Oh, boy. We bless God for the art of investigations because, you know, if no one investigated, blaming the tenants would just kind of be what it was. But since evidence is a real thing that can be presented in court in any matter, that would kind of blow that whole nonsense out of the water. Where's Marianne in this courtroom?
To try to evict them. There were people who lived there that were getting arrested continuously.
He approached us so many times as pastors to see what we could have done for him to help him get these people out.
But the criminal case, only part of Lorian's legal.
Y'all see Marianne Lauren in here? Is that her in the back? You would think she would be in the courtroom, right? This is her father. She's defending him, but why isn't she here? Where is she at? These are the 3-letter alphabet boys back here. Y'all see that? They got on badges and stuff. He got on the jacket with the logo emblem. This is another, I think, investigator of some sort. Marianne, where are you? Is that her back there? Did y'all ever see her in the courtroom? Y'all said nope. So she wasn't even there. If you're defending your father, why wouldn't you be here at this hearing, Marianne? You're defending him now. Why weren't you at the hearing, though? Why weren't you in court? Because, I mean, he's blaming the tenants. Marianne, you're an activist. You good with that? Parents aren't perfect either. When do we get to a point where we can't even tell our own parents when they're wrong? And you're defending him. Why weren't you in court, though?
Problems. There are also civil suits, and prosecutors say Lorian left the country at least twice instead of showing up.
Lord, he tried to flee. You can't make this up. He tried to flee. Talk about the ultimate sign of I want to get away with this. You came to this country, made money, started a church, put people in a building, and now you want to flee when you get caught. And someone loses their life. As if it didn't even matter. I mean, is he making this pose on purpose? It's just an accident or what? Is there some sort of health issue I should be aware of? Who stands there with their face puckered up in the air for more than 2 minutes? Like the muscles in my face would be aching and throbbing. This man is holding this pose like dear life.
For depositions.
This defendant is a flight risk, Your Honor.
The judge agreed, setting Lorian's bail at $1 million cash or $2 million bond.
Oh, he got that nose out there when he saw that, heard that $1 million bond. Yeah, that nose came down real quick. $1 million cash, $2 million bond. Do y'all hear this? He tried to blame the residents. Mine said he passed away before the case could be resolved. What? There is a potential for civil cases. Marianne, you might want to hold on to that $68,000. He had a stroke. He on his head high. He's proud of this. Then they said 1 million cash, 2 million bond. He lowered that hair real quick. This is crazy.
Young women with young children.
But today, Lorient's defense team, in essence, blamed the tenants.
Elderly women and young women with young children. Y'all see who was living there?
The second floor, and no working fire escape on the third.
Most of these people were elderly women and young women with young children.
Elderly women and young women with young children. Marianne, you good with that? You're an activist. So you'll go get a restraining order in defense of your friend, but yet these elderly women and young women with young children that were harmed in this building, what, so they mean nothing to you? I thought her whole life was precious in God's eyes to you.
But today, Lorient's defense team, in essence, blamed the tenants.
You can't make this stop.
Taking them to court to try to evict them. There were people who lived there that were getting arrested continuously.
He approached us so many times as pastors to see what we could have done for him to help him get these people out.
But the criminal case, only part of Lorient's legal problems. There are also civil suits, and prosecutors say Lorient left the country at least twice instead of showing up for depositions.
This defendant is a flight risk, Your Honor.
Why didn't he show up for depositions? You know, if he didn't do anything wrong, you'd think he would just want to get that on the record. I don't think Marianne Lorient knows what a deposition is either.
The judge agreed, setting Lorient's bail at $1 million cash or $2 million bond, also agreeing that Lorient ignored multiple violations.
The head came down after he heard that verdict.
Lorient pleaded not guilty today to a host of charges, the most serious, second-degree manslaughter. His next court date, August 10th. In downtown Brooklyn, I'm Stacey Sager, Channel 7.
This is crazy.
Channel 7, Eyewitness News. Honey, your eye in the sky, because you know we nosy, but let me give you all the tea, y'all.
This is crazy.
So even though he was supposed to go to court, yes, you heard it here first, he fled the country twice, which is why his bail got put so high. That's not a good man, Lorian. It's not. But on April 5th, 2020, at the age of 81, he passed away from a short illness 4 years after his arrest and before the case reached any final resolution that would have required incarceration. So because the case never resulted in a conviction, he never served time in jail or prison for the fire. But there are potential civil lawsuits. And Marianne, you have a great big check for $68,000. So what I want to know
you better hold on to that money.
Absolutely, Dr. Stevie. What I want to know is, are you going to donate any of that $68,600 to the family, at least of the one man that passed away, maybe to the injured people?
Mama's got a brand new check, yeah! Mama got a brand new check. Wave it high. 68,600.
Wow.
Well, let's get back to your bullshit.
Oh my God.
My father was a kind, compassionate man. My father was the type, he would take the shirt off his back for an individual.
Marianne, the report said that it was mostly elderly women and young women with young children. He saw that as an opportunity to basically crowdfund using humans to do it. Let me put people in here and charge everybody for rent. And that's what he wanted to pass down to you. You good with that? You're an activist. Don't you believe in defending women's rights? Protecting the elderly? Protecting children? standing up for other women who are innocent. If they were elderly, it may have been hard for them to go somewhere and go get their own apartment. It may have been hard for these young women with young children to be able to get their own place. So he took advantage of a niche of people who were in need and couldn't afford to probably even live on their own. And you want to sit here and talk about a voicemail when your credibility is shot. You understand how this will come up in civil lawsuits? No, you don't. You don't understand how case law works. Okay, got it.
Individual. You understand? My father sat with president. My father sat with congressmen. My father sat with many councilmen. My father is known in the Puerto Rican community for helping those with immigration issues. My father is known in the Haitian community in Brooklyn, New York, for helping those with immigration problems. My father was a man of faith. And for them to sit on their platform and degrade my father's memory, no, that will not be accepted. That will not be tolerated.
I don't know if that memory is a good memory, Marianne, and you weren't in the courtroom. How are you defending him now? Why didn't you go to court? Here's a better question. Why didn't you stop your dad from fleeing? He's running from depositions and civil lawsuits, trying to flee the country. Why didn't you stop him from doing that and say, no, the right thing to do is go face the judge, go to these depositions, go give your testimony? Where were you at when he was fleeing the country? I would not have let my dad flee the country. First of all, I don't want Marshall showing up at my door looking for you. But my father would not have done any of this nonsense either. And you're defending him now. But we didn't see you in that courtroom.
Tolerated. Where I come from, that is lowball, disrespectful, and that's
no, where I come from, which is motherfucking New York City, bitch, you're disrespectful. Your father had violations for a whole decade out this bitch. And he ain't care. He ain't care nothing about it. He just said, you know what? Let me clean it up real quick. Get these people out here so I can get them off my neck. And let me go back to doing what the fuck it is I want to do. He didn't give a damn about human life. He didn't give a damn about them people that passed away.
It's crazy.
Talk about some he was going victim. No, he wasn't. Where's the filings? See, just like you with your fake ass check and your fake court cases and your fake charges against Umar, right?
Yeah.
That's just like your dad with the fake eviction process against them tenants. So if he was a good landlord, you mean to tell me he didn't realize that the electrical inside of the building in New York City was messed up? And here's the thing that's even crazier, because y'all saw from the video, that building is in between other buildings, and those buildings are from an older era, right? I think they are post like 1940 construction. Those are railroad apartments. That whole block could have went on fire.
Wow.
That whole block could have went on fire. Everybody could have died in that whole entire street. But you out here talking about how good of a man your dad is. What up, Uncle Mo? What we talking about?
Uncle Mo TV.
Your father's bail was set at $1 million cash, $2 million bond. Good men don't get their bail set that high.
Okay.
Nah, I know they are, but there's some good Haitian people. Shout out to my Haitians. Sapase, Bobaye. All right, I love my Haitians. Zopal shit, real Zopal shit. But no, Marianne, we ain't going. This final apology, you should have kept it. Somebody's got to tell you, because AAS is not telling you. Shut up. Stop talking about this topic. And this is not because I don't want you to be on YouTube. I find you entertaining. I want you to be on YouTube. But I want you to stop digging a hole for yourself. You're digging a hole for yourself.
It's already done been dug.
No.
That hole is dug. It's almost at the center of the earth. Marianne is about to reach our iron core in the middle of the planet. She's passed by all the magma chambers. Okay. Underwater volcanoes. No, she done flew past that. She's going straight to the core, right with Hillary Swank, you know, in that movie. We went to the core of the earth. The magma core stopped circulating around the iron core. They had to go down there and put a bomb in there to restart it. Oh, you can't make this up. That's what Marianne Lorient is. She's at the center of the planet. This is absolutely madness. And yet, once again, Marianne, where were you in court? Why weren't you in court pretending and protecting and defending him? Where were you at when all this was going down? This was what, 2014, 2016, something like that? Before COVID. He tried to flee twice. This is insane.
Oh, it upset me.
Man, you can't make this up.
And it was hurtful, and I can't wink at their ignorance. Now, out of the three of them, the third one, she made a public apology, and she made a private apology. I put her on pause. But those two, no, you brought that energy. You talked about my father. You understand? This is the energy Howard brings. The three of you are not half of human being that my father was. Do you understand? My father.
I don't know who were the three or whoever people that you're talking about, but whoever you're talking about, they're 100% a better human beings than your father. Because your father willfully, as a pastor, we ain't gonna forget this, as a pastor, as a man of the cloth, as a man that took an oath to dedicate his life to doing God's will and God's way, to telling God's word, was willing to violate the safety of God's people. Right.
Yeah, thou art to obey the laws of the land. Your dad did not obey the laws of this land here in the United States of America. That falls on the North America, the continent. In the United States of America, we have laws. If he did not want to obey them, he always had the option to go back to wherever country he started with and then go obey their laws or not. But see, a failure to obey laws and to uphold them gets people in vicarious situations. One person lost their life. Others were hurt and harmed and injured. And you are setting a very dangerous precedence here by trying to give the impression that you're doxing someone, which is a cyber crime. Girl, as if I wouldn't file an FBI complaint against your dumb ass. You know I would. Why dare me? Marion, you gonna post that voicemail up or no?
Hey, Jesus said, know them by their works and their deeds. Know them by their works and their deeds. Know them by their works and their deeds. Your father was a scamming pastor. Who he was trying to help?
Man,
himself.
This is crazy.
Just like you. I guess you earned that honestly from your father. Your father is in the national news. And I'm going to say this to anybody. If something's in the national news and it can be talked about, it's in the national news. What do you think you're talking about?
This is crazy.
And be clear. He's not just in Eyewitness 7 News. He also made the Daily News. And he also made the New York Times. He made the New York.
And there should be criminal records, which is public information. This is crazy. I don't recall them saying that this was a sealed case. So no, you can get court documents on this. This man was indicted and charged. This is madness. Marianne, we didn't see you in that courtroom. That's what baffles me. So how much of a defense do you expect us to take seriously if you weren't there in that courtroom when he was going to court? Where were you at again when he was fleeing the country? You can't make this stuff up.
New York Times too. Let me see if I can pull it up because I wasn't paying the New York Times no money to read. They paper. Like, I love the New York Times. Like, I'm a true New Yorker. I love the New York Times to death, to pieces. I do. I swear to God, I do. But every time I pay for it online, it winds up being some crazy shit, and it doesn't go nowhere. New York Times as well. Your father page is on the New York Times. Ain't nobody got nothing to do with that except for you. That's your daddy.
This is crazy, y'all. Ooh, child. Y'all gotta check out My Chaos Brew. Y'all gotta check it out. I gotta get to bed. It's late. I appreciate you all tuning in. I'm when I say overwhelmed, who knew? Who knew? Marianne, most of us didn't know this. I wasn't trying to sit here and search your life. But you got people sending you information on us. Y'all hitting content creators with cease and desist, privacy complaints, where you're misusing and abusing federal laws, copyright laws at that. Can you believe it? They can't even cite the law, let alone explain and break it down. And yet they're weaponizing it. How is that any different than Umar and the old Goonie Goon squad? Especially with the doxing bullshit. What makes these people that are doing this in this Umar sector any different than Umar and the Ogoni Goon squad? What makes them think that people are playing this bullshit game with them? That's my whole thing. This is what's so disturbing to me. This is why I played the video the other day that I posted up, KKC, saying that this was happening in 2020 and 2021. So now this dumb shit is repeating itself because people don't like what's being said. Don't let these fake wannabe YouTube attorneys get you effed up. I'm saying this is my godmama. This is something else. Retired federal judge, Marianne. This is madness. Someone lost their life. All they doing is rinse and repeat. No rhyme or reason to it, other than them throwing fucking tantrums. Hell out of here. Oh, Lord. And they too old to be acting like this. Marianne, you are way too old to be thinking that you sitting here doxing somebody. Child, I keep telling you, I want you to post that shit up. Post that voicemail up, Marianne. I dare you. Post it. Stop scaring these content creators and thinking that they're going to get sued for exercising free speech and expression. You're trampling on people's constitutional rights. You don't like what's being said, don't watch their videos. Don't demand to sit here and have people take down stuff for what? When your ass don't mind being on a public platform anywhere else, get F out of here. They doing this dumb shit, and they're going to try to do it to everybody. If they do it to one and it's successful, all that's going to do is trickle down to everybody else. And then when they realize, I can't go there with these people, they ain't going to get mad. Brace yourself for that disappointment in advance when it comes to me. My Chaos Brew, all these people that are out here that are actually researching. When you want to say defamation, you got to say that it is a provable false statement. Meaning you got to prove that I lied on your ass. Pulling up a criminal matter and reporting what was already made available to the public in the news is not defamation. Yet these dumb YouTube attorneys think that they know laws. Laughable. Laughable. Yeah, F around and find out. You can't make this up. Child boo. I find it quite comical. A voicemail. Somebody illegally wired my phone. Is it because that's what I think of when I hear voicemail? I don't even talk on the phone like that. I want you to post that shit. That don't work over here on me, Mary. I'm one of the ones where I'm going, you say I'm calling police, I'm dialing 911 for you. That's my level of crazy. Child, please. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm thinking about Tyler Perry when I said that. Yeah. God, that nasty mouth. All right. I'll call the police. Let me dial it for you. Hold on. 911. There you go. Just in case you forgot the number. I'm gonna send my godmother this. I'm like, you ain't gonna believe this. And this woman claims she got a voicemail of me talking about I can't pay my rent. Somebody sent that to her. Can you believe it? We'll have us a good old giggle. You can't make this up. I don't do threats. What the fuck is that? Laughable. I'm just sitting here like, okay, post that shit up there. Whatever you think you got, I want you to play it on this public platform. Post it. Post it. That's a challenge for me, Gary. You're not threatening me. Fuck is this? It's so funny. I was like, but I see other content creators being affected, and I don't like that because we don't do that. We don't trample on free speech. I have not hit anybody with a privacy complaint. In my 6-7 years of being on YouTube, on social media, I've never filed a privacy complaint against any other content creator. I've never done that. I don't go out my way to dig into anybody's life. I don't do that. But when you put yourself out here like this, you're blaming people for talking about your father, and most of us are confused, Marianne, as to who the hell you're referring to. You didn't say anybody's name, but you getting mad because people are actually referring to you specifically. So if you're going to do that, then say who sent you that voicemail and who the hell is in the voicemail itself. No, go all the way there. Once again, don't let these fake wannabe YouTube attorneys get you effed up. Because everybody don't take kindly to that BS. And some people just know better. Right? Some people just know the law. They know better. They know their rights. They understand YouTube guidelines. Some people just know fucking better. And some people just have the law on their side. I don't, it's not an issue for me. I'm one where I'm going to dare you. Oh, you trying to put some information out? Please post it up. Post it up. Post your evidence. Post your receipts. Post that voicemail. Tell us who sent it to you. Go all the way there. You're going to go there. That's not a scare tactic for me. I've been doing this for too long, for 2 channels. You got this sector of middle-aged, old-ass people sitting around here with nothing to do. Doing bullshit like that. And you would expect that from like a little 19, 20-year-old kid. You're getting this from 50, 60 some euros. The F wrong with them. Oh, because Umar. So they're going to pick up the tactics that Umar uses. Congratulations. Now that's Umar's sector with all these old folks act just like Umar and the Oguni Goon Squad. They're no different. You're doing the same shit. Different people. So congratulations on being just like Umar. You should be so proud, Marianne. Maybe that's what you want. Out of here. Can't make this up. Y'all. I don't even see him go on my way to do this, but this is so funny to me. Oh my God. Yeah, I appreciate you all. Shout out to my Chaos Brew. This is her video. Make sure you guys show us some love. Go over there and sub. Show her some support. If Marianne was honest and truthful the whole time, we wouldn't have a problem supporting her. Because that's what the YouTube community is supposed to be about. Content creators should be sitting out here striking and bashing each other like that. It's not necessary. But when you start lying and you expect everybody to be okay with your lying, you're arrogant with it. That's when that shit has to come to a stop. You're gaslighting people, trying to pull on their emotions, trying to say, look what they're doing to me. No facts, no evidence, and then, possible check fraud. But you're not sitting here actually presenting any documentation that is of value. You're just trying to tug at people's emotions. It's the oldest trick in the book, and that shit does not work over here in the Lady Luck Club. I'm not entertaining that buffoonery. It's buffoonery, Marianne. Stop using my words. You go read a dictionary. You can't make this up. My chaos. She's talking about buffoonery and mind-boggling. No, she said mind-boggling. There's an L in that word, Marianne. Boggling. Boggling. God. I'm done. Can't get her vocabulary lesson at all. All right, y'all. Let's get. I got supers in right quick. Thank you, Miss Independent, for the $5 super. I mean for the $1.99 super. I'm $5. The $1.99 super, Miss Independent said I still have 50 on LLC. Y'all. Check out Kogo. He did a video short on Marianne telling me to come outside, meet me outside. It's still funny. I can tell you now, trampling on people's First Amendment rights is absolutely ridiculous, and it goes against our entire Constitution. But the video of her telling me to meet her outside is funny as hell. All right, y'all. Appreciate you all. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Make sure you guys catch the replay if you have not. Hit the like button, thumbs up. Let's get this video up in the algorithm. Hype it up. Go over there, My Chaos Brew and Rem and Uncle Mo and KKC. Get all of them in. Hype them up. I think Moneyboy Trey talked about this as well. Hit the videos and like the videos and hype it up so that you guys can get this information out here. Because what we don't appreciate is some scamming ass nonsense, and then people got to turn around and sit here and be threatened with lawsuits that it will be a mighty hard thing to prove in court. Because they don't understand. I don't think they understand fully what this defamation will pertain with independent journalists. So whatever. Y'all make sure y'all go show them support. All right, we'll be at it tomorrow. You guys be good, and until then, I'll see you all in the next one. Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.